Remember, he's not using his monies that he's earmarked for reinvesting. He's going to use some of the money that he has sitting in the bank, waiting for something to go wrong, over $100,000, making 1/10 of 1%. So if he just takes out $2,500 and borrows it from himself out of that account, applies it to principal in month one, then the bank says, I'm going to take all this $2,510.64 and apply it to principal, and you're paid down to line 2 in January. Pay down the line 2 in January. So your new February payment is on line 3 of this schedule. That's what happens. Okay. So he borrowed $2,500 from himself, puts it on the loan, and then he's on line 3. So what just happened? Instead of $8,000 applying to this loan, he applied an extra $2,500 that he borrowed from the repair and maintenance account, applied it to the principal, and eliminated line 2 from his mortgage amortization schedule altogether. Line 2 is gone. It's been canceled. What about the $6,193.36 on line 2? That money has just been eliminated. He never has to pay that money. That's how this thing is set up. By prepaying that money early, he just saved $6,193.36. I want to show you some math on that, because remember, I told you the money sitting in the bank, he's making 1/10 of 1%. So if we're going to save $6,193.36, and he's going to prepay, he's going to borrow from himself and invest it in this loan. He's going to say, I'm going to invest here. I'm going to get $6,000 worth of savings. So we divide it by 25, 10.64. Look at this. That is, I need to show you this. You move the decimal place too. That's 247% return on his money. 247% return on the money that's sitting in the bank account, making 1/10 of 1%. Folks, is this better? Kirk, is this better? Do you have a comment on this at all? Is this information valuable to you?
Of course it is, man. I'm sitting here and I am working. I'm on the computer, but I'm listening. What I've heard so far, man, it's amazing. Every week, Don, you shock me, man. You always come up with something new, something different on how to save. So I'm just here in the back listening, man.
I appreciate you, Kurt. Miss Hazel is putting fire emojis in. This Cookie says, wow, we've showed them how much money can be saved with just a little bit of money from a savings account that normally goes unnoticed because it's just sitting there waiting for something to go wrong to be repaired. Oh my goodness. Now remember, I told you, you don't have to use the money that you've earmarked for reinvesting. Okay. So let me go over that one more time. We're going to bring that up so you can see it. Then we're going to hit this part again so that you can totally understand what we're talking about. So bringing $57,800 in rents in every month. Okay. The mortgage payments are $14,696. 36,000 of the rents that are coming in, $36,600 are going into a fund to reinvest into other properties. And $6,500 is going into a reserve fund every single month. That's the breakdown. So we're not touching any of the $36,000 that comes in every month to do this. We're only working with the account that has about $100,000 in it, and it's made up from the fund that is supposed to do repairs and maintenance. So if that's the case, I need you to see this. Now, we just went over making the payment, number one, making a prepayment of $2,500 that he borrowed from himself, saved $6,000, okay? And guess what? That's over a 200% return. In fact, it is 247% return on your money. Where else are you going to get that kind of return, folks? Where else can you get that? Because he's not getting it from the bank. That money's just sitting there. It's worse than being thrown away. If you understand the parable of the talents, that's worse than burying it in the ground. Oh, my goodness.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L. method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.